Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon. It's Citizen7, and we're playing Slay the Spire. So, yesterday we gave it a good little Act 1 run, and we'll try to do the same today with Act 2. If we can fit it all in one video, then we'll do that. So we'll try to play smartly and rapidly. So, we've just beaten the boss, it looks like. We need to choose our feather and proceed to Act 2. Act 2, the city. So we have a little gold to spend. We could go right into this merchant. And that still gives us plenty of fighting. Oh wow. We could go well into fighting and skip, you know, not hit a fire until here. Or, you know, we could... But if we go over here, we can do a little fighting, a little bit of question marking, and then hit a shop. And then, I think this is the most sensible path. Let's do this. Alright, so we've got a looter and a mugger. And we're gonna do away with them as well as we can. We have armaments here, and we're gonna play armaments first to upgrade metallicize, and then play that. Of course, we're already full hit points because this is our first, our first floor. So we're gonna have 10. They want to do quite a bit to us. Let's we can take 10, and we're gonna use this strike. So as long as we kill these guys, we'll get back what they've stolen. Okay, so now we can take the turn to play demon form, and it's the only thing we could do this turn. We'll take another 20 damage. Is it worth taking 20 damage to play demon form right now? We've got energy potion. I think we need to wait on demon form. I know we'll gain 2 hit points for playing the power on our bird face turn, and it will make us continue to grow extremely powerful, but I think we need to find a situation where we can have more energy, because playing it right now and just taking all this damage is going to be really bad for us. So instead we could... Can we kill this guy? If we deal 8 to him, 8 and 15, there's no way that we're gonna be able to kill. That we're gonna be able to kill right away. But we can get started on it. You know what? You know what? It's gone mad. Gone mad with power. That is. We're gonna take a big risk. Take the 16 damage. And they're stealing quite a bit of our money. We do need it. Alright, here's our limit break already. We're not gonna play that this turn. We need to do a lot more. We need to do damage. And this is a skill. So we can't play Clash. Oh, this is also a skill. Let's battle Trance, let's draw and see what we get. And we got armaments, we got defend and strike. So we're gonna have to play armaments and defend. Now he's gonna block, he's gonna do 16 damage. I feel like we need to start piling on the damage But it's not really a good opportunity to do that. Let's try gaining armor. Oh, we have this potion. I think we're going to have to use the potion. So if we can do 18 to him, we can just finish him off with a potion. And we can definitely do that by headbutting and striking. So let's armaments. Now 14, yeah. So we gained a little bit of armor. Can we do 31 to him? I don't think we can. Not with 2. Because we can do 14 and 11. So only 25. Not nearly enough. But this looter, even though he's going to just block, I think taking the opportunity to kill him this turn is going to be worth it. And what do we want to draw next turn? I think we want to draw armaments again. So we're gonna strike him. And now he's living 13. He's gonna get defense. Do we finish him off with his fire potion, or do we wait? Now, if we use the energy potion instead, we can gain the armor and use the limit break. Let's do that. We did it inefficiently. We really did it inefficiently because we're using the limit break at the end of turn, but it will allow us to use Clash. So, we'll finish this guy off. And now we'll have the armor to withstand this guy's attack. We've got our Inflame to gain 3 strength. That's a lot of strength, and then we can start doing Anger. Let's do Inflame, Armaments, Strike, Anger. I like that. Inflame's already upgraded, so we can play it before we do Armaments. And now these are dealing 18. We've got so much strength. Imagine if we draw Limit Break again. Harper, what are you doing? The cat is running amok. As one does. So we're gonna have he's gonna block whatever. These do 18. So whatever we draw next turn should be able to kill him, even through this armor. Now we have our headbutt and our strike for 20 damage. 11. Oh. Wow. Now we took a lot of damage. We did take a lot of damage. I'll admit. $10 damage to all enemies seems good. And we did play that a little bit inefficiently, in fact. So we can have Cleave plus, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Disarm, enemy loses 2 strength and we exhaust the card, or Corruption. Skills cost 0. Whenever you play a skill, exhaust it. I don't care for this. But Cleave seems good. Let's grab that. Another attack. Something to hit everyone at once. Now we could take question mark, or we could take fight, fight, shop. Let's take the fight here, then we'll take the unknown, and then decide, based on the results of all that, whether we want to take the next unknown or the next fight. Alright, so we've seen these shield parasites before. They're not, not too bad. We've got 1 defend to use, which will activate our Clash Plus. So we could skip using Metallicize to be able to get a bash in there to go with our Clash. But I don't think we will. I think we'll gain the armor. I think gaining the armor is definitely going to be worthwhile to us. We'll use defend to bring Clash online, and then we'll strike and we'll clash. So this guy doesn't appear to be. He's gonna buff and attack. We've got armaments plus. We've got inflame to use right away. And then anger. So 1 for inflame, 1 for armaments, 1 for strike. I like that. And 0 for anger. Obviously we're gonna use that as well. There we go, and we'll only take 1 damage. Alright, Pommel Strike. We'll draw some cards. We've got Strike and a Headbutt to put something back on top. Maybe Clash. What do we have? Attacks, 2 skills, and a power. So the problem is, if we decide to draw Clash and we draw Demon Form, we're not going to be able to use it because we just won't have the energy. So let's do a Pommel Strike. We drew a Limit Break. I think exhausting the Limit Break now is going to be fine. We don't need to, on this one guy, we don't need to, you know, wait and save up so that we can keep cycling it around. I think just using it this one time will be fine, and then we'll Headbutt. It's so tempting to get the, you know, the extended use out of this, but I think we need to not be greedy and just go in on it. And we'll take Bash on top so that we can apply that vulnerable. We're out of energy. We're going to take the full 12 damage. No, not quite, because we do have our 3. So taking 9. It's a lot. He's going to do 18. We did get the Demon Form. And here's Cleave. Let's Bash. And 24 damage. Or 18. Hey, 24 damage. Real good. And it would have been, of course, to everyone. We are going to have to take this huge hit. 10 damage. You know what? Using the potion better than taking 18 damage. So there we go. We get a poison potion. And we get to add a card. Fire breathing. At the end of your turn, for each attack played this turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies. We can have another Clash plus. I like fire breathing. Fire breathing has good synergy with anger and with Clash. We only have 1 anger, I believe. Fire breathing, you know, let's try it. And of course, you know, it gives us a little bit of healing with our Bird Arn. Let's try it. It's new. It's exciting. Getting powers is good. Let's see what our unknown has for us. Venturing through a series of tombs, you're faced with a large sarcophagus studded with gems in the center of a circular room. You cannot make out the writing on the coffin, however you do notice black fog seeping out from the side. So we can get a relic and maybe we get Writhe. Now, it's a 50% chance. We've taken this chance before and come out okay. But we know we get a relic. It's not like it's, oh, it's a chance to get a relic. So let's do it. Ow. You push open the coffin. As you do, black fog spews forth and covers the entire room. Inside, you find no body, only a relic. You take it and move onwards, coughing violently. So we've got the Writhe, but now we have Mummified Hand. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand costs 0 for the turn. And that's really cool, because we've got, now we're getting that power synergy. How many power cards do we have? Demon Form, obviously, is one. We have Metallicize, which is going to start in our hand. We have Inflame and Fire Breathing. So we have a few of them, and this is going to really help us, you know, with our to play our Demon Form, because and that's what we needed. We needed that sort of synergy that would let us get a little bit of this Writhe, just unplayable, and it's always going to start in our hands. So our first hand is definitely going to have a dead draw. Alright, we'll pay to get rid of that at our shop. That won't be so bad. Should we take the fight, or should we take another unknown? Let's take the second unknown. Let's do it. We made out well in that last one. Scaling the city, you notice a wall covered in the writings of ancients. As you try to wrap your head around what the puzzling symbols in the glyphs could mean, the writing begins to glow. Suddenly, the message becomes clear. Elegance, remove a card from your deck, or a simplicity, upgrade all strikes and defense. All strikes and defense. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 strikes and 3 defense. All of our strikes will go from 6s to 9s. So with 1, and all of our blocks go up to 8s. So with one thing, we can add 3. We can add 9 defense to our deck, and we get 3 more damage as well. So that's 12 more damage into the deck. Or, you know, we could just get rid of this Writhe, but we know that we're going to be able to get rid of the Writhe at the shop, so let's use simplicity. That's huge. Truth is always simple. Alright, merchant, what do you have on offer? Oh, welcome. Alright, so it's gonna cost 100, but it's gonna be worth it. Oh, hang on. Barricade power. Block no longer expires at the start of your turn, so that's really good. Iron Wave is a good card. We're gonna grab it for cheap. Now, Panache. Every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, which I'm not sure how often we do that. Deal 10 damage to all enemies. That's insane. But Barricade also really good. Barricade is the sort of power I feel that you want to build around, and we have not built around that up to this point. We know that this Iron Wave, we've talked about how good it is before. Every time you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. If your hit points is full, gain an energy, which it never is. Regular enemy combatants are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. So, I mean, that makes question mark rooms better. 173. So if we remove our curse, we can't buy Panache, and I don't know how often we will actually be able to trigger Panache. I really think getting rid of the Writhe is going to be our good choice. It's dangerous to go alone. Give me all your gold. We will take Iron Wave because it's a good card and we can get it for really inexpensively here. And Shrug It Off, I like a lot. it's a good card. It's strictly better than our blocks, even our upgraded blocks, because it's you know, the same amount of block plus it cycles. So cantrips always good in card games. Blind, of course, can weaken something for 2 turns for free. 94. Let's take Shrug It Off. And we could spend out all of our gold to grab Blind. But I think we're not going to do that because we don't have any... for each attack played this turn, deal 1 damage. So we didn't actually get any of the cards or relics that give us synergy with just spamming cards. So I think grabbing the Blind, maybe not as good for us as it would be for some people. Let's proceed right into this elite. Now we're gonna get to try out some of our new found power, and here we've got the terrible book of painful stabs, Iron Wave. So Battle Trance, we're gonna have to play Battle Trance, which we don't know how many skills we'll draw, whether we'll be able to clash or not. But let's draw first and then play Metallicize, so, you know, because maybe maybe we'll draw into, you know, something like Demon Form and get it reduced to 0 through a lucky RNG. So let's Battle Trance. So no, we just drew, you know, some basic, but only 1 skill. So we'll definitely be able to get Clash online. Let's play this. The strike is now free. I like it, and Iron Wave does give us, it gives us block, but it does count as an attack, so that's pretty cool. Let's defend. We could play Strike Plus, or we could play Iron Wave. Now let's see, we're going to gain 3. We're already getting enough armor to not take damage, so we'll do more damage than playing Iron Wave. Let's Cleave does 10 damage, so, and this only does 9, so we'll play Cleave, Strike, and Clash. Book of Stabbing. Whenever you take damage, add a wound. So we're going to not take damage, and that's excellent. Harper. Where'd you go? Alright, the cat's running around. Alright, so he's going to attack 3 times, so 18 is what we need for armor, and I think starting out by playing armaments gonna be good, and then also Shrug It Off to gain more block. That'll give us the block we need to survive. And we drew a Pommel Strike, so I like that better than Strike Plus. Drawing 2 cards. Yeah, and all these cards are already upgraded, so playing armaments again, not even necessary. Now, if we could play armaments again, that'd be good, but we can't, so... So far, we have avoided taking any wounds from this Book of Stabbing, which is a good feeling. So let's start out by playing Inflame. He's going to do 21 damage in one big hit. I think definitely we want to Inflame to gain that strength. Defending will put us up to 12 armor. Oh, and because that was a power, Body Slam is now free. I'm like, why is this cost 0 now? Right, because of our mummified hand. So let's gain our defense. So currently we can deal 12 damage for free with the body slam. And then anger and strike. So yeah, it uses our hand up. We do, you know, the best that we can do. And we'll take a little bit of damage. This will be our first wound that we receive. Demon form. Fire breathing. Alright. So, can we control this? Yes, we can. First we play Headbutt. Then we play Strike. Which leaves us with Demon Form, Fire Breathing, and Clash in hand. We play Fire Breathing, and the Mummified Hand will make a random card cost 0, which should be Demon Form. Unless it still can target Clash and do nothing, but it'll at least be a 50-50 to give us a free Demon Form. And that's exactly what we want, so that's how we're going to play it out. What do we want to draw? Oh, there's nothing. So, we'll just... do we want to draw Strike next turn or not? I don't think we do. I think we'll just play Headbutt first. Now let's see if this does what I hope it does. It did. It did indeed. Alright, so we get a free Demon Form. And it activates our Clash. That's incredible. But holy crap. We're going to take a lot of damage. You know, we played our hand out. We did everything. We did everything that we could do. So there's our fire breath. Here come the wounds. Oh, that hurts so badly. Oh, that was so horrific. All right, our strength is going up. Now, it looks like we've got that execute coming in. For 30, we're going to have to spend defense, 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 and then we've got an anger, fortunately. So, let's protect as much damage, incoming damage, as we can. This will deal 30. We're going to have 30. Lucky us. We've done that anger damage, and here we go. We have been really, really good at blocking this book. It's been outrageous. So let's see. Deal 17 damage, and then deal 11 damage. So we've got the lethal on our foolish little book. Body slam currently deals 7 damage because it's our 7 power, even though we have no armor. That explains it. Alright, and we got a lantern, so gain energy on the first turn of combat. That's good. I like it a lot. Let's see what cards we can have. One skill double tap. This turn your next attack is played twice. True Grit Plus, gain 9 block, exhaust a card in your hand, or Reckless Charge, gain a vulnerable and deal damage. Let's take double tap. There are definitely some good attacks that we can do, and how's our situation? We're at a little bit more than half health. We are still gaining a fair amount of health each turn if we hit our powers. So let's go on to this fire. And we could rest. 55. Now we gained hit points just for showing up here because of our Eternal Feather. So I don't think that we need to rest. I think that just smithing is going to do us. So we could upgrade Limit Break, make it always stick around, but I don't think that's necessary because of our armaments. Upgrading armaments might be good. What happens if we upgrade Demon Form? It's just more strength. We know Shrug It Off. What about Fire Breathing? It makes it free. That's good. That is good. I think upgrading this Metallicize, because it's always in our opening hand, and now we always have extra energy to play it, I think that's gonna do well for us. Having more block as the enemies get harder, I think that's gonna serve us the best. We're gonna get the most benefit out of that because we know we always can play it. So let's fight another boss. We've got 2 minions and 1 gremlin leader. Oh wow. Alright, so we've got Metallicize. Our Inflame is now free because of our hand. So man, we're gonna have all sorts of excess energy here. We're still at 3. We only have 1 to spend, and we don't even have any. We don't have the ability to draw or anything. But we'll play our defend. So that's. Do we want to draw Clash next turn? I think we're cool with that. 21. We'll just. This guy. We don't know what he's gonna do. We'll just kill this fat gremlin. With our... Wait a minute. We could kill him, but we have the armor. Because we have both of these, we can kill this, the gremlin wizard. We don't know what he's going to do. Probably very threatening. So, let's get rid of that guy. And, that's not so bad. Smash. Ooh, he weakened us. So now, his guys are buffed up. Unfortunate. We've got our limit break, which we can upgrade with armaments. And in fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. This is a fight where we want to keep cycling this. Let's get strong. So, this will get us a bunch more block to deal with this 7 damage coming in. And we're gonna just start beating on that leader directly. Forget about this minion. What did we just... Oh, Iron Wave. Okay. Cool. Another fat gremlin and a mad gremlin. Alright, so more and more minions can show up. He gains strength when he takes damage. Alright, so here we have a fair number of strikes. We can play 3. Maybe gaining this this block is going to be useful, and killing the buffed guy. I want to be able to start doing some damage. We've really got to have the time to deal damage to that gremlin leader. Let's use the poison on him, so we can start getting it through, and then we're gonna play defend and kill this this guy here. Now, the card that we really want to see now is fire breathing, and if next turn we have fire breathing, double tap, cleave, that's going to be amazing. So that's what we're going to hope for. Everyone's getting buffed up. Alright. Double tap and cleave. Well, not bad. Armaments. let's check and see what double tap when it's upgraded, what it will actually be. That your next 2 attacks are played twice. Okay. So we could have cleave and strike, but it doesn't matter because we'll have to go 1, 2, 3. 12 damage to all enemies. Yeah, let's this turn. So that doesn't even really matter. I think we'll play defend because it's going to give us more. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. Yeah. Holy shit. Alright, so we're about to take 3 dozen damage. And that's just the way of things. Do we want... Like, we could use this potion to kill this guy to save us 9 damage. And I'm not sure that 20 damage is worth 9. Oh god. Alright. So, what we have to do, play fire breathing and hope that it hits on demonic form. Alright. And it did! It did! Alright, so we're gonna use our demon form. Now we can bash for free. And for each attack that we've played this turn, we'll deal 1 damage to all enemies. And I think the only attack that we played this turn will be bash. So let's battle Trance so that we can do 2 attacks and get that guy. Yeah, because we're going to draw anger, guaranteed. Alright, and limit break. Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're in a good situation now. So first we're going to limit break. Then we're going to... Yeah, do we want to shrug it? No, I think we're going to go all out on attacks. Because this guy will be dead. This guy's not attacking us, whatever he's doing. So, here we go. First limit break. Now we have 12 strength. We're going to bash this guy. We're going to pummel strike him. And we're going to anger. And now fire breathing should do a heck of a lot of damage. 3. Alright. And he brings in some new guys. That's what he's up to. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. I was hoping it would like double it up to do overkill on him, but it didn't. Now we get the bag of preparation to draw 2 additional cards at the start of a turn. We're starting to get a nice little collection here. So we could take another battle trance or clothesline plus, deal 14 damage and apply 3 weak, or another pommel strike. Pommel strike, I think, is going to be the card for us because battle trance, while it's a really good card, having 2 of them, if you end up with them both, they won't, you know, only one of them can be played in a turn. Whereas Pommel Strike, always going to be good for us. So now let's get our loot and see what... a Bottled Flame. Alright, so now we get to choose an attack card to always start in our hand. Now let's Bash, of course, is a good card to start out with, but we could choose to put Anger in our hand so that we can always start building those Anger stacks. Or we could, you know, obviously just go for something like a Pommel Strike. You know what? I'm going to put Bash in our hand because we know that we'll also always have the power Metallicize. When we play Metallicize, we'll get a card reduced in cost to free. So it could be Bash. So it's very likely that, you know, this is just giving us the best chance to be able to play Bash to start out a fight. And I like that a lot. So now we have seen the Centurion and Mystic combo before. Interesting hand. We've got 4 energy. So let's see. Pommel Strike's going to draw us a lot more cards. I'm trying to think if we play this the right way, if we can guarantee that Bash will be the free card, but we can't. And I think we want to play double tap Pommel Strike, unless we want to double tap Bash. Double tap Bash would be less damage but more stacks of vulnerable, and I like that. I like that a lot. So let's play Metallicize first, and we get this strike for free. We do want to definitely play Shrug It Off this turn to gain that armor, considering how much is coming in. And let's try and take out the Mystic first. Even though this guy does more damage, the Mystic causes a lot of trouble for us. So let's Shrug It Off first and draw, just in case we draw the flame throwing power. We didn't, but we drew Cleave. So 10 damage to all enemies. I think that's how we want to start out. We'll double tap and do that twice. There we go. That's 40 damage applied in a single card. Oh, and we have this strike as well, this free one. So make sure to get that out there. We could play Battle Trance to draw some cards. It's possible that we draw Anger and are able to play that. It's possible that we draw Clash. In fact, you know, let's do it. Because otherwise we're throwing it away. We didn't get any of those cards, so all these cards we're throwing away. That's alright. It was worth the chance. There were potentially good situations for us. Alright, so now we've got our Inflame, to which will give us one of these cards for free. It's the strike. We've got more power now. 12 and 12 kills off the Mystic. That's what we're doing. No more Mystic. We're gaining less block now because of these frailty. But the frailty now, you know, all these debuffs won't last. We're still only going to take 2. That's not so bad. I think focusing down that other character was the right choice. Now, if we order this right, we can get a free demon form. Armaments first, then strike, then fire breathing, and demon form. Now, the interesting thing, we know we played 2 strikes, so will fire breathing trigger even though we played it last, or does it have to be the ones that we played before it? So this is something we're gonna learn. And yes, it does. It does trigger even if you play it last. That is a lot of damage. But we're gonna return the favor of doing a lot of damage by playing Limit Break, Defend, Anger Clash, Pummel Strike. Yeah, we're gonna do a lot of damage. Here we go. We're gonna play Defend to bring our Clash online. 30 damage. You're dead. So we get a Swifty Potion, draw 3 cards, add a card, another Armaments Plus. So we could get Power Through, add 2 wounds to your hand and gain 15 block. Whirlwind, which deals damage to all enemies X number of times, or another Armaments Plus. And I really like Armaments Plus, so we're going to take that. Fight a battle, simple battle. Now, let's see what our order is. We've got these 2 defends that we have to play in order to bring our Clash online, so we can definitely do it. He's going to try and attack us for 21. Is this just a normal enemy? This isn't even a boss level enemy. So our strike is now free. Oh, and of course we had the extra energy on turn 1. So we can play this. And we won't actually take any damage because we had quite a lot of healing. Most excellent. So he's going to do the same thing again. Getting the defense in there, I think, is going to be a good choice. But let's start out by playing Pommel Strike to draw 2 cards. Fire breathing, good option here. So we get our defend for free. And now we can choose 10 damage to all enemies, or 10 damage and draw 2 cards, or we can get an anger cycling. So honestly, even though it's barely going to break through the armor, or we could deal 9 damage with Body Slam. Do we want to get anger cycling? I don't think we do. I think we want to play Cleave. You know, and not draw the cards, not cycle anger. Yes, it's damage, but it only just cracks the armor and gives him more of that. That card is honestly just not enough. It would be, you know, 1 more attack to get the fire breathing going, but alright. 1, 2, 3. So I'm just trying to figure out if by playing in Flame we can guarantee Demon Form being our free card. And I don't think we can, but we can give it 50-50. So it's going to be inefficient. We have to play our attack before we play the power. Or we could just gain, or we could gain the block. Nah, because the block is wasted this turn. Let's take the bigger chance. Let's take the bigger chance. We'll play armaments first. Now we'll play Inflame. We'll just play the most efficient way. So it ends up being Strike that we get for free. Demon Form we won't be able to play, and that's fine. We don't need to play armaments. There's no benefit in playing it. So yeah, there's literally no benefit, so we'll just leave it. Enfeebling Spores, so we're frail and we're weakened. We have our limit break. Headbutt will deal 9 damage, but we can get it in twice. It'll deal more if we limit break first. And that's what we're gonna do. Yeah. There we go. Get a weak potion and grab a new card. How many armaments plus do we need? How many do we have? One regular and 2. So 2 and a regular. So 3 armaments. 3 defends. At this point, I'm thinking we don't need another one of these. Gain block and exhausting a card. I don't think we need that either. Clothesline is not that exciting to me, so I'm thinking we're just gonna skip. So this has been a fairly long play, so we'll just go ahead and call the video here at our rest stop. Because of our feather, we've gone back up to just over half health, and we'll take a little think about whether we're going to rest or whether we're going to smith. So you can see what sort of decision we make in the next episode, which of course you can find out in the normal YouTube way, which is subscribing and pressing the bell so that my videos actually show up for you in the algorithm. Obviously, you know how YouTube works, so if you're enjoying this, that's awesome. I really appreciate you watching. So cheers, see you next time.